Work continues on the little Jewel radio. Hi, back with you again. I watched a couple shows that I wanted to watch. I watched Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon. I usually watch the Orville after that, but it's a repeat, so I didn't watch that. And besides that, some nights my TV doesn't come in as good as others, and this is being a rainy day here. Fox doesn't come in as good as it usually does, so no sense in watching it again anyway. So, all right, here's what I'm up to. I have the last capacitor. That was it right there. It's a 50, so I put a 47 in there, and it runs from this point right here to this point right here, and it is in there now, just as like the other one. Now I asked, I didn't ask him, but I was talking to Bob. He said this wire probably goes to the corner of the speaker, and that's probably it right there. Which it may or may not, I don't know. But if it does, I'll look at the video, and you know, I pretty much trust him. So, also the speaker itself. Let me get this out of the way. Has been glued, at least an attempt at gluing. Now that is a tacky glue, and that will do a pretty good job. Right there it is, but there is a piece missing right there. I don't know if you can see that. Right there is a big chunk, like a triangular type piece missing right there. So I may try to put a little filter in there, but I don't think that would hurt it that much. It's not really, you know, it's not really a place where it would hurt it that much. I don't believe. But I have some filter. If I want to put some in there, I can. And, you know, go with that. So that's the plan. Anywho, like I said, that's going to do that. I think this is pretty much it, except for one more problem. Let me show you that. And that is this. You'll notice this wood here. Let me keep it over here this way a little bit. Is loose. You see, that's where this is loose. This whole thing here on this bar antenna, the loop stick, is loose, and I don't know exactly why. I don't think that tuning capacitor is supposed to be loose like that either. So I'm going to have to investigate that, find out what the problem is there. And I think that's my, every once in a while when you tune this, it will go dead for a little bit. I think that's probably what that is. My guess anyway. So get that done fixed, and like I say, I'll revisit the speaker cone in the morning, and I may go ahead and put a piece of that filter. I'll see if I got some of that handy. Usually keep it right down here. Yeah, so here it is. I can use a piece of that. It doesn't take much. In fact, I might go ahead and put that in there tonight and let it set up, so keep that out in case. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to investigate this, and once I find the cause of that, I will bring you back. But I think that's about it. Other than that, I mean, the radio works. We've heard it work, and that was even before I replaced this last capacitor. So, I mean, that's a pretty good indication it should still work. I would think. All right, let me get some other stuff done and investigate. Let me just turn this over real quick and see if we can just see maybe what's causing this looseness. Yeah, you can see there. I think you can see that move, that bolt right there. That should not move. I believe that's supposed to be soldered in. So let me touch that up and get some pliers or whatever, a nut driver, and maybe try to tighten the nut itself up a little bit, and we'll go from there. But I think that's maybe all of them. Yeah, I think this one's moving too. I don't know about this one, but I know the two on this side are. All right, let me tighten that up a little bit, and we'll see what we got, and we'll come back. Alright, coming back with you on this. I didn't need to use the filter. Actually, the paper was under there, Didn't realize it, so I used my probe here, my pick, whatever you want to call this thing, and reached under there very gently and pushed it all back up in there. And it was pretty much torn all the way around here, so I got glue all around there, and I think that'll do it. I may work it a little bit more when it stiffens up a little bit, try to maneuver it a little bit better, but I think that's going to do it. I think it's a pretty good fix right there. Like I said, this I didn't really need to use this to stiffen it, because like I said, once it's glued, that paper is very brittle, and like I said, once it's glued like that, it should stay. I wouldn't think it would move any at all, and if it does, it's not a big deal. I can always put paper in there or something. That tacky glue is pretty forgiving as far as I don't know if you can even tell it, but this is almost all dried here, and you can't really even see it. So like I said, that'll do the same thing when it dries. It will shrink into the paper a little bit better, and or soak into it, I should say. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Now on the let me move this out of the way if I can do it without pulling something out of the place here. This I tightened up the screw. Now this screw here was pretty loose. I used a nut driver, tightened that up, and I did this one I couldn't get on, but I could use my soldering iron and put a good blob of solder there. Now I think it's pretty well stiffened up the a good bit there, so I don't think it will move now. It's rock solid there, so it's actually moving the board sooner than it moves anything else. So even if I move that, it doesn't move the tuning capacitor. So that's that. I think I've got that. Now I haven't checked any resistors and like that. Kind of giving that a little bit of a pass, as it were. I keep looking at this transistor. It looks so close. I want to look at it with microphone glass, a magnifying lamp, and see if it's closer than it looks there on the thing. But it looks pretty darn close. So I don't know what I'll do with that, but it'll do something. Like I said, I think it's in pretty good shape right now. So I think we were going to call that good. I want to get that speaker done before I try to last thing I want to do is solder that orange wire back on and go from there. But so anywho, that's that. I think it'll turn out pretty darn good after it's set up. We shall see. Anywho, I think it's pretty much complete. I will bring you back tomorrow, probably sometime. It's 9:36, somewhere around in there right now. I'm going to, like I said, let this set a little while. I may play around with some other things, just checking it out and see if I can see anything else that might be a problem with it. But I mean, as far as the way it plays, I mean, it really sounds like pretty good radio. So, you know, it doesn't pick up a lot of crap either in here. And I've noticed that with, you know, the other radios, the way they pick up. So, alright, I'm going to stop here and I'll come back in the morning or whatever after the speaker is mended, and we'll see how everything looks, and then we might just slap this thing back together. Who knows? So stay tuned for that. Alright, I'm back with you one more time. I think I've got this playing. I know it's a song, but what I want to do is leave that on. I won't do it on the video, but I'm going to leave that play a while. That vibration from that will help that glue soak in a little bit, I believe, and make it the cone conform, I think, better. And at least that's my theory on it. I may be way off base, I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm going to give it a shot and let that go, let that dry when it's doing that. So we'll see about it in the morning. Alright, back with you on radio this morning. I have the what was I going to say? Oh, the speaker's about done, but I wanted to show you this. Bill pointed this out. I didn't notice it yesterday, but there's good old Uncle Darkle and the little FM transmitter, my wireless mic, whatever. I called it a voice recorder yesterday, but I knew right away as soon as I said that was wrong. But there's old Uncle Dorkle. So thanks to Bill for that. And anywho, this is where we're at with this. You can see, I think, fairly clearly that get this pointer. This is all pretty much done here. Now I'm gonna do another very light coat of tacky glue over the top of this. Now this is pretty good here, but this here was pretty thin. I think I'm just gonna put a nice skim coat of that over that and let that dry, and I should be calling that done then, because I think it works pretty good. And as I said, this is where that orange wire connects right there. So, and I did, if I didn't mention it, I did tighten up the tuning capacitor. So that is nice and solid in there now. So that is pretty much done. I gotta find some knobs for this. Now the ones that came with it are in the bag here, but one is broke. I don't know if you can see, I think you can see that. So once I get find something suitable for that, that'll be nice. But other than that, this thing's like I say, got the new caps in. I don't know if I pointed that out either, but there they are. The 247s right there. And I think that's pretty good. I mean, as good as the radio plays, I'm not going to bother with anything else, because I think it's, like I said, playing pretty good. Get that away from that capacitor if I can. There we go. Anyway. So let me play it a little bit here this morning. Now during the day, well, not during the day, but you know what I mean, you probably, or I probably won't have the same kind of what's that? I don't know what that really does, or if it does anything, but I'll put it back on there just in case. You got to put the wires back on the back side of this. The blue wire went somewhere. Oh, there it is. And the red wire, which happens to be yellow on this one. Oh, I got that one hooked to the wrong one, didn't I? There's the red wire. I think it's right there. I think that's it. And this wire here is to the goes to the frame. There we go. And now I did let that play last night. I think I mentioned that. So that the glue would work into the fabric of the cone better, and it seems to work pretty good. So, alright, there's that. Well, my goodness, there it works. Let me turn this down a little bit. I think that's our local station. As good as it's picking up. Yep. There's another station there. I don't know if I can get this turned over and with those wires on the back of it. Let me try it, because I think it'd be easier to work with if I did that. So just hang with me just a second. There. Just don't get the kind of reception in the day that you do at night. I was picking up WHAS yesterday, I know that. There's not a lot.
This is a bipartisan effort.
There we go, there's something.
Sometimes we are quite partisan, but this is not one of them. This is something that we all embrace. This is something that we all know is needed. The bill, which is expected to pass the Senate, calls for the hiring of more school resource officers and mental health professionals.
That sounds like WHS.
In the wake of the Marshall County shooting last year that killed 2 students. Happening later today, the Catholic Archdiocese of Louisville will release its report on
that's that.
abuse. Or conversations with the president. He's to be the next AG, President Trump said yesterday.
If he did testify, he'd do very well. He's an outstanding person, a very, very fine man.
There was concern that Whitaker would back out of testifying over a tentative subpoena over conversations he may or may not have had with the president about ongoing investigations. Jim Ryan, ABC News. On Wall Street, the Dow currently down 200 points. The Nasdaq has dropped 41, and the S&P fallen 16. Our next update will be at 11 o'clock. Then I'm Rick Ucino, News Radio 700 WLW.
Yeah, that's WLW. That's pretty much it during the day. On a good receiving radio will get. So you know that's pretty much that. All right, like I said, I'm gonna turn this off, unplug it, and put another skim coat of. I will bring you back to show you that. So hang on just a bit. All right, there you can see what I was talking about. There's just a skim coat of the packing glue.